back to my YouTube channel. It is Nikki here. So today I look a bit different because I've got braces on, but we'll get into that in a minute. Today I challenged myself. I wanted to do an all matte full coverage beat because I don't do matte looks. You guys know me for the dewy, glowy. I prefer a little bit more natural, but I wanted to do full coverage for my guys that love full coverage and they love a matte look. I know that everyone doesn't love dewy. So I've created this. It's more about base, so I've created this simple look, but it is completely matte. Let me know your thoughts down below. Also, I look a little bit different. My mouth is a little bit different because I've actually got braces. They're very fresh. They hurt so bad. They're really tight in my mouth, and it's just taken me a while to like get used to. So I'm talking differently. I look a bit different, but I want these teeth to be perfectly straight, and I finally got around to it. Anyways, without further ado, carry on watching this video if you want to see my matte look. Okay guys, so I'm going to start off just with a bare skin, fresh face, and I'm going to use my new Stila One Step primer. This is the illuminating primer, and I'm going to pop this all over the skin. Now at first I was a little bit worried because I was like, looks a bit pink, but actually as you're blending it out with the brush, it goes transparent, and it's just going to give you that illumination. It gives you a beautiful glow, but it also primes your skin. I've started to actually use primers a lot more recently. Then I'm going to use my Beauty Blender foundation. I actually really like this foundation, using it again on that buffer brush. But if you love full coverage, this foundation is for you. You can see the coverage on it. I would say it's very comparable to the Huda Beauty faux filter foundation. It's got coverage like that. Usually you guys know that I don't love full coverage, but I like this shade of this. You can always dilute it with oil or dilute it with an illuminating primer. You can just dilute it down. Now, I was a bit concerned because it was really full coverage, but I feel like everything just looked super airbrushed and flawless at the end. And I used the brush as well, which made it that little bit more full coverage. Now, personally, I hate foundation on my lips, so I just used a makeup wipe to remove that. And I don't know what it is, I just hate the look of it. Now you can see how full coverage it is. I don't actually even feel like I need much concealer, and I love the Beauty Blender application where you can just kind of use that as your palette. Then I'm going to use my Bare Minerals Bare Skin Concealer underneath my eyes. I suffer from darkness on my eyelids and underneath my eyes as well, so I'm going to use a Beauty Blender just to blend this out. I feel like I wanted to go full coverage because I wanted that to kind of go with this whole matte airbrushed look, and seeing as I don't do this and you guys don't see this from me enough, I wanted to do the complete reverse of what I usually do, which is dewy skin, more of a natural makeup. So I'm going to Beauty Blender that all over. Now for highlighter, I'm going to use again a very airbrushed blurring concealer. This is the Illamasqua concealer, which I love. I'll leave the shade for it down below. I'm going to pop it on all the high points of the face, and again we are just going to use the Beauty Blender to blur this out. Now this has a really good blurring effect in real life. It just looks very airbrushed, very finished, but I do have to set it with a powder because it is that little bit thicker and it is quite creamy. So I just take the excess on the top of my lids as well, and then kind of just take the excess on the high points of my face just to get rid of the concealer that I don't need. Now going in with Anastasia's foundation stick in Truffle. I've got a few shades of this, but I like the darker shade just to add a really nice impact, and bronzing the skin just gives me that little bit of definition. I feel like it works really well for me, and you can always set it with a powder as well, but just having that base color down works really nicely. So I'm going to again use that buffing brush. I use a mixture, so I've got a dense brush and then I use a fluffier brush just to blend that out as well, just to blend that into my foundation. I like to pop this down the sides of my nose as well, just to give me definition down this area, and then it's ready to set. I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way powder. I believe that this is new, or fairly new. I'm going to use the shade Sand. I can't tell you guys how much I love this powder. Like, it has this airbrushing, flawless quality to it. It gives you a little bit of coverage, and the color is beautiful, but it just looks so smooth on the skin. So I pop this everywhere, like basically everywhere that I put the highlight, and then I'm going to go into my Technic bronzer, and I'm going to pop this on all the places that I've popped the cream. So I like to pat this on as opposed to really swipe it on, because I don't want to disturb the cream underneath, and patting this on until I get
the amount of pigmentation that I would like on all the places that I have cream bronze, and that includes down the sides of my nose as well. I'm also going to take this bronzer down my, well, not down, I'm going to take it in my crease as well and use this just as my shadow. Now taking this stila, I've never seen anything like it, but it's like a loose powder. You're supposed to apply it onto your brush, and then it's a translucent powder with a little bit of colour in it, and I'm just going to pop this all over the face to get me looking super, super, super matte. So if you guys love a matte finish, this is what I do. I just add basically a lot of powder on. For blusher, I'm going to be using Revolution's Peach. I think it's Peach, the Peach Quad. I'm taking the orangey colour just on my cheeks. And then I'm going to add a little bit of mascara. This, I believe, is the Givenchy. Don't quote me on it. I believe it's the Givenchy. And then I'm going to add my tatti lashes in TL3 just to finish the look off, because this is more about the skin. Now for glow, even though this is a matte, I'm going to take my Technic Mega Glow Quad, and I'm going to add it with a very, very small brush just on the areas that I want the highlight. So it's still going to be in keeping with the matte, but just give me a little bit of glow. I'm then going to go with my NARS liquid lip and pop this straight on the lip. I felt like it was only fair to continue the matte theme and do a matte lip as well. And I'm just going to spray my e.l.f. matte spray, matte and blotting spray. And that is it, guys, for my full matte look.
And that, guys, is it for this full matte makeup look. Let me know what you thought of it down below. Do you know what? I am not going to lie. I really like them Too Faced powders. I feel like they really changed the game underneath my eyes. They look super smooth. Let me know your thoughts of it down below. I think that I might need to stop powdering a little bit more because my skin just looks really airbrushed. Don't you think? Are you a powder girl, guy, or are you like a dewy kind of girl or guy? I'm definitely dewy, but I think I might need to start incorporating a tiny little bit of powder into my routine because it just looks flawless. I'm actually digging this makeup look. Let me know your thoughts down below. Follow me on Instagram. The link will be down below for daily content there as well. And I love you guys so very much. I will see you in my next video. Mwah.